Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. May say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. All right, y'all, welcome in, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing good and feeling good. I am preparing myself for 97 degrees today. That requires a little mental doing. I gotta prepare myself mentally. I am not here for that heat. I'm like, it's March. Why is it so hot right now? All right, let's dive in and see what's going on. Ooh. Okay. So my initial card's out. I'm like, these three cards here looks like somebody discovering, this is like learning something new. Learning the truth about an opportunity or something that may have been blocked from you, or there may have been some type of obstruction for like a new opportunity. I'm like, when I read it from right to left, okay, remember when I said yesterday, and I'm like, it's strange that I'm bringing this up right now because I was actually thinking about this morning when I woke up. Which is odd because I generally, once I come out of the energy, even when I'm working with clients or whatever, when I come out of the energy, I usually don't remember anything that I talk about within the reading, like specific details. But this morning I woke up and I was thinking about, there was a portion of one of the readings yesterday where I talk about somebody coming towards you under the guise of wanting to like support you or to offer some kind of assistance, like they see that you're persevering and you're doing your thing, but somebody comes in to try to offer some kind of assistance to help you further your progress. And the hidden element in that is that the person that was offering the assistance is also responsible for all of the turmoil that you had to experience, all the obstacles that you had to overcome. This person was instrumental in creating or putting those obstructions in front of you. Okay. Now remember that, because I'm like, that was the thing. I literally woke up this morning with that thought on my mind. When I read the cards from right to left, generally I read left to right. But when I read these cards from right to left, this kind of looks like an energy of discovering whether this is you or somebody else. I kind of feel like it's somebody else discovering some information, new information, about something that had either been blocked, stripped, blocked, or withheld, that would have caused you on this end. I'm like, I'm gonna put these two cards aside because just these four cards right here are saying a lot. This feels very much like you could have been in a loop, is the way that I heard it. It's like maybe you were in a situation, or you've been in a situation where it feels like it's kind of like, just when you think that you're getting ahead, or just when things start to work out for you, you experience like mad setbacks and delays or whatever. So you never get to actualize this, yeah, look at this conflict. You never seem to actualize the new beginning because I feel energetically, I'm like, I don't even see it on the cards, but I see it energetically, the energy of these cards, that there is something that has been kind of keeping you in this loop. Now, we know I've talked about it before. It's like if you had access to this opportunity, this windfall, this thing, if you had access to it, it would propel you forward. That's these two cards here. But it's kind of like you've been in a loop and you haven't had access to it because you don't know about it or something like that. But this here kind of feels like it could be one person, it could be two people. It's like somebody discovering information and bringing it forward. This is why it's been happening, right? Now on this end, this could absolutely be you. And I've talked about it before where you don't look like what you've been through. I feel you have a very good command of, healthy balance in terms of your emotions. You got your ego in check. Though you do wear your heart on your sleeve, I believe that you also have, just because of everything that you've been through, you've learned to maybe keep certain things and certain elements of your life private. And you keep them private for the sake of, nobody can destroy, people can't destroy things that they don't know about, right? I like it. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you may have been connected to a tyrant. And I said, it's this listen, I said, it's the tyrant. Child, look at that. Look at that. So whoever this person is, the person that you, I don't know if there's distance here. Because I don't get the impression that this person is part of your, everyday life. They may be, but I don't get that. I don't get that feeling. I just said it. I'm like, if they come towards you trying to offer, let's heal the situation. Let me help you. I see that you're really determined to do whatever this is that you're doing. Let me help you. Let me balance it out. The thing that you don't know about is that this person who is connected to your past has been literally preventing you from having this new beginning. The very person who didn't want you having access to it, the very person who wants to come in and try to kumbaya and heal the situation, they are the person responsible for blocking you from something that was destined for you to have. And when this information comes out, and it is coming out, justice would have been served at that point. You got yourself away from whatever this person was. You may have, it kind of looks like you've already experienced, dark night of the soul. But the person that you've been dealing with has been avoiding it. They've been avoiding it. Now, the other thing that I see, I'm like, ooh. I also get the impression, I'm like, they just don't want you. They don't want you to, it's like, they don't want you to have a new beginning because they know, this person knows that if you have a new beginning that they will be left behind. They'll be left behind. But they're very determined to make sure that you don't move ahead. This is a bully. This is very, my way or the highway. When they make decisions that are self-serving. They don't care about anybody else. They certainly don't care about you. So they keep you locked into an experience that you are repeating. It's like having, and it's not even giving me an energy of like repeating something, but it like yes and no. It keeps you in a loop, but I don't necessarily think it's like repeating. It's like they're afraid there's a fear here. I'm trying to figure out where that fear is coming from. And it's more than just your exit or departure. The crazy part about it is that they already realized that if you had access to whatever this is, that you would, you would leave. I've been saying that. You would be gone. And I'm wondering, and this is just me thinking, like this is just me processing the thought out loud. It's like if they had treated you better, if they had treated you better, honestly, let's start there. If they had treated you better, you probably wouldn't have given it a second thought to take them with you, wherever you're going. You wouldn't have given it a second thought. So that leads me to believe that this person knows that they're on some BS. Because why would you be so eager to, leave them behind? Right? Yeah. Oh. Oh, look. It's almost like they want... This is like the energy of somebody who wanted to be needed. Who needs to be controlled by a bully? Who needs that shit? Like, who needs that? Oh. I am also talking to somebody who I feel like, yeah, it's the same energy. You've been working I want to say, it looks like you've been working your ass off. And I'm not getting the energy of like repeating. Yes, but no. I wish I could describe this better. Because it's like you're working and you're whatever it is that you're doing. Whatever it is that you do. Whether this is working on yourself, whether this is working towards, generational wealth, or working towards being, becoming an expert in your field. Whatever, okay? It feels like a loop of wash, rinse, repeat. Because I feel like this person, it's like they know your potential. So if they know your potential and they know that if they can keep you small, keeping you small would prevent you from, they think, keeping you small would prevent you from having the confidence you need in order to, go off and blossom and move into the world. But you moved away from this person. You moved away from them to kind of calm your nervous system. Because this is someone you also loved unconditionally. This is somebody you would have given it all for them. I don't know who this is for you. I have a distorted masculine and distorted feminine out here together. So Emperor and Empress in the reverse. So this could go on either side, okay? I feel like you've moved away from this situation or this person or people. You've erected boundaries and made a decision. I love this. You made a decision to not deal with any of the people. Like, I'm kind of getting the impression that this could be several people. This could be several people. Several people who you previously invested a lot of effort and energy into, and no matter what you did, your efforts were never met with any kind of reciprocity. So you may not have ever been able to feel very stable in these connections or relationships because the people, like, you were pouring, and I think I said it yesterday in one of the videos, like, you were pouring and eventually start pouring from an empty cup. Like, you weren't pouring anything back into yourself. You were always pouring out to others. And if these people are family, I'm like, child, I don't know whose family this is. I mean, I'm like, we're all part of this. Like, most readers read for their own collective, and they are part of their own collective. I'm like, so maybe this could be my family too. But I feel like you are, like, as much effort and energy and love and unconditional love that you're pouring into these people, that you've always done historically. I think once you, especially if you, like, went through your awakening, like, once you wake up, child, you can't go back to sleep, and you cannot unsee the things that you've discovered and witnessed and experienced. You can't unsee it. And once you realize that the people that you had been pouring all this effort and love and energy into, all this outward focusing, you started to recognize the imbalances. You started to recognize where people weren't really team players and they weren't working with you. You know, they had an expectation of you showing up. I think I said it yesterday. It's like, on one hand, yeah, we got to take responsibility for the conditions of the relationships. We kind of fostered that because we always showed up. But at the same time, these people were always really, really good at taking. And so once you finally realize, like, hey, wait a minute, you erected a boundary, and it included people from your past that you may have had love for. It may include parental figures. Could be a mother, could be a father. Like, you've erected up all these boundaries because you're like, no, I'm not going to be overplaying my hand anymore. I'm just going to move on. Because all this external focus in areas where, because this feels very much like whoever this person is that you got away from, now it's presenting on this side as a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be, it can be a woman operating in masculine energy. Take it how it resonates. This feels like you had to work really hard to move away from this person. Whoever they are very financially focused. They like the appearance of, this is the same energy that's been popping up for the last, like, maybe 4 readings. It's like somebody who likes the appearance of, living in the nice house, driving the nicest car. I got the latest this, I got the latest that. Content of my character is shit. That's this person. Everything about them is very superficial and surface level. Very superficial and surface level. You, on the other hand, you go very deep. Very, very deep. And the fact that you had to move away from this, it's because, I want to say it's largely because the people that you were pouring out to, they couldn't meet you where you are. And because they couldn't meet you where you are, you kept having to take steps down to meet them where they are. We don't do that, okay? And if you've been doing that, stop it. We ain't doing that no more. You need to make those people rise up to where you are. And if they can't meet you where you are, you leave them where they are. You leave them there. But I can clearly see this person's been trying to control your movement. It's like you could work as hard as you need to, all by yourself, because I see that you've been doing it by yourself. You work very hard to kind of detach and get away from whatever this is. And I think the focus on your work has actually allowed you to kind of even, like, I heard even the playing field. Like, I don't even know where that comes in, but whatever. I feel like you working by yourself, working on yourself, reestablishing yourself, um, working towards recovering from financial loss. Like if you had taken a hit sometime, in the past, having to recover and working towards that recovery, and you've had to do it largely by yourself. This person has been trying to control your movement. It's like, okay, I'm gonna let you, it's like that false sense of security. It's like allowing you to get like to a certain point, and then they come in, and I don't even have like tower energy out here, but I can see the level of manipulation and control here, because it's almost like this, as soon as you start getting your momentum and everything starts coming in really good, you get clipped, or something happens that like clips your wings, basically. This up here tells me that this is information that you may be getting some clarity around how all of that had been orchestrated. There were other people involved, and all of these people are connected to your past. Now, I do want to point this thing out here. If somebody, this could be like some discovery and cutting off. If someone here had been withholding or blocking or causing you to miss opportunities or whatever, on the back end of this, those actions will absolutely affect these people going into the future. So if they've done things to, like I said, block your progress, or block new opportunities for you, or block even large sums of money, income, whatever, all of the things that they found value in their own lives are being systematically stripped from them. So if they were like, I got the nice house and a nice car, well, guess who's losing the nice car and the nice house? You know what I'm saying? Interesting. It's like they wanted you to struggle. Crazy. Yes, you had to walk away. I'm like, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords. Love it. You had to walk away. Like, especially after discovering the truth about them. Yes. Okay. And when you did, somebody was angry. There is somebody here practicing juju. There's someone out here trying to practice juju on you. And it's all because you left. Like when you walked away, your absence, is something about your absence. It really pissed this person off. How dare you make that decision to walk away from me? So I'm going to make your life difficult. I'm going to make your life difficult. I'm like, oh, look at the karma. And I hadn't even had cards about outside of the justice card. I didn't really have any other cards that supported the karma theory. I could see it though, and then 7 of Pentacles in reverse comes out. I'm like, I can see it. I see where it's going. I see where it's going. So if all of these people, and there were a number of people, I have somebody out here. Oh my God. I'm like, I got somebody out here who is definitely giving like false mentor energy. And all of these people, yeah, and it's connected to, I'm like, it is definitely connected to your past. All of these people that got involved with this person got involved because this woman, now this could be a separate practitioner, but I'm kind of like lumping it all together. You put it where it is for you. But this energy kind of comes across as, I'm like, right here, this would be you and this is you. So you got your boundaries up. You're definitely a truth teller. You're honest. You're anointed, child. You are anointed, right? this person is mad because these people that were all involved with them, this almost feels like, okay, I think I said it might have been in one of yesterday's videos, where I said, like, all of the people, like the person, or maybe if it wasn't yesterday's videos, it was a couple of days ago, where I talked about, it's like the people that they were working with discover, like somebody, either one person or everybody discovers that the person that they were following had been lying to them. That's this down here. And this feels like the person that wants to come towards you, because this is like the clarity and the evidence of discovering like this thing that you don't have access to or that's been blocked, because this is you here, right? So, oh yeah, and it's cornered here to you too, down here. Especially if you do something like your work, if your work involves speaking, potentially you could be a creative, but if your work vocation, whatever it is that you do, involves speaking, okay, that's this. These cards right here. If your work involves speaking some type of truth, the people here that have been working with this practitioner, witchy woman, whoever this person is, because they all were working together in order to prevent you from progressing further. But this feels very much like somebody who, because now this woman is trying to figure out, how do I keep this person from coming to you? Because number one, they don't know what you know, how much you know, or anything like that. They don't know that, right? But this person also don't want this person coming towards you. Because I feel like this breakaway here. Remember when I said a couple days ago, I was like, if you can't beat them, join them. So there were people that were part of this whole plot and plan. Once they discover, like, hey, this person's full of shit, now they're looking at you and they're like wanting to celebrate you or whatever. But again, I don't know. I would just err on the side of caution, But this feels like somebody wanting to come and tell you, and the people that want to come towards you, or the person, this one person, if it's one person, it's somebody, it's part of the group that you walked away from. It's somebody coming from that camp. It's like somebody wanting to bring the truth because it's the right thing to do. The people that they were working with may no longer have the same sense of loyalty towards them. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And like, now that I'm reading it from this side going up, they may no longer have the same sense of loyalty that they have. Like if they had been really committed and loyal to this person, ringleader or whatever, I see people are starting to make their way away from them as well. People are walking away from them. Now on this side, now I can kind of see the karmic blowback down here, because if they wanted you to suffer, instability and being overloaded with, I don't know, it's like being overloaded with like work and responsibilities, having more responsibilities than you have money to cover them type thing. You've been able to manage very well. I feel like you've learned how to balance those things out very, very well. Like the spiritual and the tangible. Like you've been able to just kind of keep yourself afloat, keep everything, moving like a finely tuned machine. I do see an energy out here where they've also kind of created, there's this dynamic, and this is part of like the juju witchy woman stuff. It almost feels like they've tried to affect your resources in a way where They may have wanted you to make certain decisions that would have been like financially devastating for you. I'm like, that's the only nice way I can say it. It's like they wanted you to be, it's like feeling the pressure of like a bunch of responsibilities. Like you gotta, like say you manage a lot, like you got a household, you got kids, you got bills, you got this, you got that. You're like you're trying to manage everything. You're trying to manage it all without like losing your shit, right? You're trying to manage it all. You have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things to be responsible for, right? I feel like on this end, somebody wanted you to be so overburdened that you would give up and simply walk away from whatever you're. Because remember when I said it's like a loop? It's like, you know, right when you hit a certain point, like you feel like you got your momentum, you think everything is good, things are moving, all of a sudden you hit a brick wall and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why are we here again? Why are we here again? Like, every single time I get to, I go this way, and every single time you're met with a closed door or a brick wall, you're like, what is this? Right? I feel like this has been orchestrated because they wanted you to give up. They wanted you to walk away. But it's kind of crazy because on this side, it feels like they wanted you to give up on whatever it is that you've been trying to pursue. And then over here, because if you feel the financial crunch or the pressure of the responsibilities over here, they wanted you to take some type of risky, hasty action that would inevitably like obliterate your life and all of the decisions and everything that, you know, everything that you've accomplished up to this point. It would have wiped it all away. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this is. But discernment has been your friend. And I don't think that this person, I think they underestimated the fact that you have keen awareness and discernment. If it ain't my problem, I'm not going to address it. I am not worrying about or working with people who are not team players. I am only going to focus on the things that I need to focus on. Yeah, it's like they wanted your life to be upside down. But I also get the energy of like they wanted to put you in a position that it's crazy that they want to put you in a position where you would actually need them. But again, like I've said before, even when you were in a position to need them, they didn't show up. What's the point? This shit is sick. Whoever this person is sick. This is mental illness at its finest. Yeah, I'm like, you walked away and you're happy. And if somebody is looking into you or whatever, they see that too. You made a decision. You made a willful decision to walk away. You didn't walk away from your goals or your dreams or aspirations. Oh, look at that. You didn't walk away from your goals, dreams, and aspirations. You walked away from this shit show. Okay. And whoever this is, if the, like, I don't know if there's like parental figures. I don't know who these people are. Like, it's a lot of people out here. I feel like at one point there had been a lot of self-sacrifice, and that's why it was important for you to like learn how to erect some certain boundaries. Um, Oh, Lord. Okay. Now, the other side of it. I'm like, there's so much going on out here. Okay, so I can also see where the juju is hanging out. If your partner, because I now have another set of counterparts out here. If you are partnered, and I'm saying partner because it's connected to the Hierophant and all that, so like it's in the Six of Cups, so it's definitely giving me like there's like soulmate energy out here or whatever. If you're partnered, this is for those who are partnered. If you're not partnered, I don't need to hear about it in the comments. Okay? If you are partnered, I do have energy out here of somebody trying to energetically manipulate now here both parties in order to break up the relationship. I do feel like it could go either way. It literally could go either way. Because I'm like, here would be the third party energy. This would be the player energy. This would be the breaking up of a relationship or breakdown of a partnership or marriage. And for either party, if they had tried, because I see it on both ends, they try to affect both parties in the partnership, trying to create or encourage some type of third party energy. And each time it was stopped because there was an element of reevaluation. It's like this person doesn't really know, like they don't understand the bond between this particular couple. They don't understand the bond between this couple. Because they would have, oh Lord Jesus. I'm like, from here, because this right here could be like the Jezebel energy to distract, like all of the cards around distraction, trying to distract and make somebody walk away from another person. All of that is right down here. All of it. Distraction, temptation, player energy. But then this is a stop and reevaluate. Hold on. What is this that's being presented to me? And is it worth losing everything that I've amassed? And the kind of like, if I partake in this, because my ego is being, because it's kind of like, woman comes in, flirty flirt, man gets his ego stroked or whatever, and he thinks that I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go do my thing, right? But he also knows the reality that his partner is very intuitive. And he knows, I'm just looking at down here. He knows that this is literally this would be a ploy, and he would risk losing everything. So right here, he's like, wait, and it could go either way for both parties. Both parties could be like, if it was temptation put on either end for either person, both times they were like, wait, what do we do? What is this? What are you doing? Nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I'm like, it's not worth it. Crazy. I'm like, even when I see the loop, when I see it loop back around this way, I'm like, all I see is it, because, okay, so if your relationship, just hypothetically, if your relationship were to end, then the whole idea was to kind of almost force your hand to go back to whatever this is, because, you'd be broke down and upset or whatever and need support. And then, this is very orchestrated. It's crazy. Wow. It's like, wow. Very orchestrated, though. Because here I want to keep you on I do want to keep you on a loop of struggle. I want to keep you in a loop of struggle so that eventually you would give up, turn, and go back to the people that you walked away from. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, I don't think I've ever talked about it in these terms, in these, under these circumstances. But I do see down here they wanted there to be a breakdown of a relationship or a partnership. I mean, it almost looks like it's targeting both of you. Both of you, if you're partnered, it looks like it's targeting two people. Definitely. Which is kind of crazy because it almost looks like they don't like you and they don't like your partner. They don't like you and they don't really have no love for you, but they like how they benefit from having you near them. Which ain't the same as love. Like, that ain't the same as love. Yeah. It's like it's like they want you as a possession. They don't actually want to look, they don't actually want to put in any effort to try to have a relationship with you. They like having you around for how they benefit from having you around. And then they haven't been able to, they have, like, whatever this is that they were, because they were trying to defeat you. The whole goal, I think, was to make you stop working or to keep you in this loop of being unstable. Unstable, whether that's emotionally, mentally, or financially. And you made different choices. I'm like, and you made different choices. Yeah. You made different choices and you chose to go within. So instead of looking, it's kind of like, instead of, maybe in the past, like, we talked about being recovering people pleasers. So maybe in the past, not only were you a people pleaser, but maybe you also looked to them for like external validation. Like, no shade, no tea. Like, we've all been there at one point. And maybe at one point you went to these people looking for that kind of love. Like, you were looking for that kind of love. But then again, remember I said down here, you recognize, like, I'm pouring all this into all these other people and they're not pouring back into me. Like, what am I doing here? So you're like, okay, we're going to stop doing that. And I'm going to pour back into myself. I'm going to isolate, pour into myself. And with that distance, you've actually been able to see clearly, a little bit more clear, like what you were dealing with and what you've been dealing with. But again, like, this person, they had an expectation that, eventually you'd hit enough roadblocks that you would just give up. And you haven't. You haven't. You just kind of, you pivot and you keep going. I think I talked about this in a reading like maybe a year ago. Where I talk about, like, at one point you were going down like all these different hallways, and every time you got to the end of the hallway, there'd be a closed door, a locked closed door, and you're like, well, shit, okay, I'll just go to the next door, go back the way you came and go back the other, go down another road. Same thing. But you never stopped and that's the one thing that has saved you. That's the one thing that saved you. You didn't stop. They wanted you to stop. They wanted you to give up. It's like they wanted you to lay down and die. Yeah. You stopped putting in the effort. It wasn't getting you anywhere. And I think you also took some time to heal yourself too. Oh, yes. I love it. Pour into yourself. Yes, baby. Yes. 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 Love it. Yes. And then you recognized. Yes. Love it. Okay. So, I love this. I'm like, the reason why they haven't been able to defeat you, it does have something to do. I'm looking at this strength card. they were unable to defeat you because they weren't able to diminish your level of optimism. Like, I know it's got to be better than this. There is something better than this. And you kept thriving for it. I think today I am talking to somebody who has clearly identified what their 9 and 10 of cups is. Everybody's 9 and 10 of cups is different. I got the 9 and 10 of cups out here. Everybody's 9 and 10 of cups is different. Okay? And I often talk about it with the Hermit. I'm like, the Hermit and 10 of cups is out here. It's very important to be clear on what it is that you want, because when you're not super clear on what you want, you will get and see a hodgepodge, little bits and pieces of what you think you might want, but you'll never actualize it because you haven't expressed it to yourself or to the universe. Like, this is what I want, and this is, like, in my mind's eye, this is what I see as the perfect, most ideal situation for me, and this is the type of life that I want to cultivate for myself. I love that the moment you started when you made the decision to, like, kind of take your attention off of these people and pour all, like, kind of like looking, instead of looking at the mirror at yourself, you were looking everywhere else, tending to the people and helping them and doing for them. And when you turned that focus, when you decide to stop letting this live in your head, and you decide to focus on yourself, when you made a decision, this, I feel like, came with the awareness. I feel like you had this awareness once you walked away from your past. Because everything that I see that's connected to the walking away part and the happy, I'm like, after the walking away cards, there's happiness. It's like once you pulled away from all where the people are, and the action cards of walking away and doing work and healing and stuff, they're all connected. They all go back to being happy once you've moved away from it. And then once you moved away from it, you just, like I said, this is you tapping into that 10 of Cups energy. Like, I know what I want, and rejecting, next to the Queen of Swords, rejecting anything that doesn't look like what it is that I want. That's the other key to getting what you want. You don't compromise, and you don't compromise, or I want to say compromise. No. Remember when, so the last node shift was Aries in the North Node and Virgo in the South, Libra in the South Node. Aries is the natural first house of self, 7th house, natural 7th house is Libra, right? And during that cycle, it was about us choosing what we wanted for ourselves without sacrificing what we wanted in order to be in connection with other people. Here, you're like, I'd rather sacrifice the people than sacrifice what I want. And if I am choosing, and I feel like when you made that choice to, like, I'm no more lamenting over the past. I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, it disappointed me, but I have better options that are, like, right here in front of me. When you started focusing on that, you not only did you make room for what it is that you really want, but you made room for people who actually support your cause. They support you. They want to see you do good. Hell, they even want to help you. You know what I mean? But you see the difference now that you've extracted yourself from, like, especially if it's a family dynamic, now that you've extracted yourself from the family dynamic, you've put yourself in a position where, and I say this all the time, like, if the people in your life are not loving on you better than you love yourself, those are not your people. And I will say, like, I am so grateful for the community that I've built here, because y'all gas me up. I love you. Like, I love y'all. Y'all gas me up. And it is a stark contrast from what I came from, because I was always in environments where I never felt like my accomplishments never were celebrated. I never felt like anybody was cheering me on outside of my husband and my best friend. Like, I never really felt like I had support of my family. I don't think they really gave a shit what I was doing. as long as I showed up for them. They didn't care what I had going on. Well, you figure out your own shit, but make sure you still show up for me. And I do think, okay, now this is the funny part. Now, the people who were originally following this person, I have to mention this because if this comes circling back, I need you to be aware, okay? What did I say? I said it. I was like, I said it before the cards even came out. I said this before the cards even came out. Somebody here may want to come towards you and be like, I want to like celebrate you. I want to help your cause and da 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 da. But what you don't know is that they were actually instrumental, connected to your family. They were actually instrumental in creating the conditions that you have been held down under. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like these people are realizing, okay, this is the reason why it's important. If these people were to circle back towards you, I'm like, it's really interesting how these readings, like, they've been going on for a while, and we circle back into the same themes often. But these people, I'm like, oh, these people, I do have this energy of switching camps, wanting to switch camps. Like, they were against you, now they want to be for you, but you've already called judgment on it. You don't have no desire to fuck with them. You're like, yeah, no, not moving forward with that. Not doing that. I don't care about our past. I don't care about what you're trying to bring to the table. It's a bad investment of my time. I would much rather not. I'm like, you got your boundaries like very, very way up. The other thing is too, that these people, I said it before in the undercards here, that everybody that was involved systematically have been hit with variations of unfortunate situations and circumstances because they participated, and you are heavily divinely protected. I do have an energy, and you know what? I'm like, I don't think I've ever talked about this before, but you were hidden in plain sight. I'm like, the energy that I see right here is an earth angel. They targeted an earth angel who was hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight. Somebody here is there. I think this person, whoever has been a bully, and it could even be with this this witchy woman, is all could be connected. I don't know. But it feels like, now this row here feels like the witch, because this is the witchy woman. This row here feels like somebody who had been doing things behind the scenes to affect your work, right? But they were also trying to target, because I'm like, if this, I don't know if this is the same person or this is a separate person, like from your tormentor, we'll call them. We'll call this person your tormentor. Mm-hmm. I don't know if, I don't know how they're connected to the witchy woman, or if it is it could be either or. Like, you fill in the blank for yourself there, because I got a lot of people out here. But if this person had been connected to you and has known you for a really long time, they know how you operate, and like loosely kind of know you based on their experience or connection to you, because they've been connected to you from your past. Like they know the past version of you, right? But part of the reason why none of this work that they've been doing towards you to affect you, even to, because I see it here. I said like they may have been trying to affect your partnerships. They have been trying to affect your relationships as well. Because again, if I can break down your support system, whoever your support system is, if I can break all of that down, then you don't have anything left but me. Why would you go back to your abuser or your tormentor? Like, why would you? This person's truly stupid. You're stupid. If you're watching, you're cross watching, you're stupid as hell. Like, you're stupid as hell. Because it feels like the reason why none of whatever they've been trying to do to you, none of it's worked because you worked on healing yourself. You worked on healing yourself. And the reason why I'm like, and you ain't stopped doing nothing that you were out set to do is because you are perseverant. You love what you do. This is connected to your work. You love what you do. I do feel like somebody here is very curious, almost like who and what is protecting you, because I've tried to do all these different things. Like I had to gather people, other people. Like you're just you. They underestimated how strong you are. And I feel like whatever they were targeting, it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. And I think this is probably the case for most like stars. I don't really get down with the whole star seed, whatever. Call yourself what you want. That's your business. I'm like, but I know this thing, especially for those who are highly intuitive. A lot of times, like these people from your past will look at you, especially now, because I know that my family is probably tripping off of me. I don't care. They may feel as though they have been duped by you this entire time because you had to suppress a lot of, like, if you're intuitive, like I say it all the time, we all have intuition, right? Some of it's just a little stronger in some than it is in others, and some of us work with it and we practice, and it's like anything, you perfect it by working with it often. But I would probably bet that most of you have had to really suppress some of the, like, the nudges you were getting, the downloads that you were receiving, the truth that you knew. You may have had to keep it to yourself because there were times when you spoke up and that you might have received backlash. So you may have learned at a very early age, just keep your mouth shut and pay attention, right? And then you had to, and from there, you had to learn how to navigate those waters with your family, your intuition, and you had to just kind of learn how to move accordingly. Well, this new and improved, healed version of you is much different than the version that these people may have remembered. Now, I tell people all the time, and there's no shade or shame in it at all, because it is what shaped me. I have played the role over the course of my life. I have been in the karmic feminine position. I have been in the karmic masculine position. I have been in my divine feminine energy, and I've also worked in my divine masculine energy. I know what it feels like to operate in all of those realms, which is why I can easily see what's out here. And so they do not understand, like, they remember maybe the lower vibrational you. And so this new and improved healed version is very different from what they remember. And so for them, it's like they don't necessarily look at it like evolution and growth. They look at it like you were being fake. And it wasn't that you were being fake. You were in survival mode, so you may have had to operate in ways that assisted you in your survival in these conditions. I'm like, it's something about you having walked away from them. Now, this down here could be somebody getting some bad news, karma, all is connected to the people from your past and misfortune here. They could be getting news that they may have taken some action because they listened to this woman, and now everybody's losing their stability. It's happening to everybody. It's happening to everybody. Everybody that got involved, they're all feeling it to some degree. But definitely this row here, you were hidden in plain sight. You were hidden in plain sight. And they should have chosen you and they didn't. Wow. So, this person, oh, look at that. I'm like, even when I laid the cards over, there's energy here of somebody who was trying to break up your partnership. Heavy on breaking up the partnership if you're partnered. And if you're not partnered, it's like heavy energy manipulation to make sure that you don't find another person, that you don't have anybody near you to support you, love you, or any of that. This person may have very well been performing moon magic under the moon cycles, all because you walked away from them. And then they can't see what you do, like how you do what you do. Whatever you're good at, whatever your life's work is, whatever you do, they can't see what you do. They don't know. I'm like, this energy is crazy. They can't see how you do your work. They just see you out here busting your ass and getting it done by yourself. I do have energy of people out here, somebody who may have lied about the reason why you walked away. That has come up before. I think the other part is the fact that you're not heartbroken by the separation between you and whoever these, like if it's your family, like you ain't hurt by it. You don't feel no kind of way about it. I'm like, you don't feel no kind of way about it. You don't feel any kind of way about it. But if somebody had been doing juju or getting other people involved to try to break up your relationship or whatever, it's the blowback on them is their relationships are breaking down, their resources are crumbling. Folks who are still of, employable age, those people may be losing their jobs, losing their homes, losing their sense of stability. All of the things that they wanted for you. And the funny thing is that they were doing all this to lure you back in, it's like to seek them out for support because they wanted to have like a gotcha, like, see, you needed us, you would need us. So maybe that's been part of the plan too. It's like to create these, I don't know, this is weird, to create this dynamic where you would end up having a need. Say you lose everything. You lose your job, you lose resources, you overwork, you give up, you quit, and then you're shattered and you broke down, and then you turn to your family. You go crawling back to the family. I know y'all ain't doing that, but you go crawling back to your family like, oh, my life is so broke down, da 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 da. And under the guise of them trying to say, a little bit of, because none of this feels warm and fuzzy. I'm going to just say that. It don't feel warm and fuzzy. But it almost feels like they wanted you to be in a position where you would go back to them, all for them to just pick you up and throw you down again. Just to add insult to injury. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. It just feels like a lot of manipulation, I heard overlord. I just see a lot of manipulation, a lot of lies, largely centered around you and your progress. Definitely wanting to keep opportunities, new opportunities, or better opportunities away from you because they know, like I've been saying for the last couple months, they know that if you have the benefit of this opportunity, baby, you are out of there. You ain't never looking back. But you already in that energy. You're not looking back. You're not looking back. You're already there. And the fact that you were hidden in plain sight, yeah, I'm like, you were hidden in plain sight. I'm like, it's so crazy. I'm like, I wish I could describe this better, because it feels very overwhelming. Because I don't, like I said, I started off by saying, you don't look like what you've been through. That was like really one of the first things that I said when I started flipping these cards. You do not look like what you've been through. You've just been very perseverant, very dedicated. Did things get hard along the way? Absolutely. Excuse me. Were there times where you were broke down and shut in? Absolutely. But God gave you enough willpower to just keep going. So no matter what this person had done, no matter if this person was spreading lies, no matter if they were spreading lies or creating situations that would make your life very, unhappy, you kept your eye on the prize. You kept your eye on the prize. And anything that does not look like or did not look like your 10 of Cups, you rejected it. So these people, they feel rejected because you made a decision that these people were not a part of your 10 of Cups. So everybody that feels rejected by you, they got together and decided, okay. And that's crazy, because if somebody makes a choice that they don't want to deal with me no more, child, I'm okay with that. It's funny because I watch my subscriber numbers go up and down, up and down, up and down every day, up and down. Gain 3, lose 5. You know what I'm saying? Like up and down all day long. Child, I don't care. I don't care. I love that you join me. I appreciate you if you support my work. But if you don't fuck with me like that after all, and you watch a couple of my videos and you're like, yeah, I don't really like her, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here for that. I'm here to spread the message, and I'm here to guide people. If you don't want my guidance, that's cool. But this person, literally, I'm telling you, this person has been manipulating people. And I kind of feel like this person, your overlord, your bully, I do believe that this person was very aware. Oh. I'm like, oh. Because remember, we started down here. I'm like, this is somebody who gets. This is like finding some evidence about this situation that has kept you blocked and kept you in a loop. Down here feels like somebody getting some information, investigating, like trying to. Remember when I've been saying like sweeping things under the rug? This looks like somebody looking under the rug and discovering all of the shit that had been hidden. Yes. Somebody is discovering some of the things that have been hidden, especially if this person's been lying about it. Yes! Look at the secrets. They are worried about what you know. Somebody here is worried about what you know. Because there's a lot of secrets and hidden things that are around you. And this could absolutely be somebody paying attention, like recognizing that you probably know way more than they think that you do. But I love this whole row right here. Once you let go of these people, or the idea of, because I know this has come up in readings before, where it's like, maybe at one time you had this image in your head of like what the family was supposed to look like and be for you. And of course, all of that was shattered because that's not the family that you actually had. And so you kind of had to learn how to cope, right? I feel like once you let it go, once you let go of the perception of your ideal family situation with those people, particularly, once you move past that fear and you let them go, you may have made choices that were like more in alignment with you. And the moment you did that, it's like you closed up your little umbrella, that protective umbrella that you have over everybody. You closed up your umbrella. Yeah, you closed up your umbrella. I'm telling you, these people were only around you for the benefit of what you could provide. Whether that was energy, resources, or time. They were trying to create tower moments in your life and to leave you out here defenseless, and it was unsuccessful. Yeah, and I think that was the other thing here. Somebody here is discovering, or maybe this is you discovering. Like this could be like you discovering your voice and discovering that once you made the decision to pull away from this environment or dynamic, I think you recognize the reason why you couldn't find stability in that environment is because there was no real love there. Definitely breaking away from the family you came from in order to gain the family that you create on your own. I like it. And by doing that, the people that the new people that you've made room for, I think those people are instrumental in your healing as well. Look at the truth. There's clarity here. So even if somebody here was telling lies about you, they see the truth. You don't have any type of toxic connections, and these people, I said you were hidden in plain sight, and all of these people rejected you. They all rejected you. They were all disloyal to you. These folks do not live in your head at all. Not at all. Like, not at all. Yeah, you decide to move away from these people expeditiously. You started focusing on your goals. We love it. Instead of being stagnant and being at a loss and not knowing what to do. And I think that when you were around these people, they may have often had you in that energy of being confused and not really knowing what direction to go in. Just scattered energy. That was the thing that was preventing the progress. Scattered energy. They wanted you to be, because if you're scattered, then you can't think straight. Remember I said down here, they wanted you, if you can't think straight, then you make really hasty, impulsive decisions that could have potentially tanked your entire life. You had to break away from this. You had to. You had to break away from them. Reject the idea that these people are part or essential to your stability. And the moment, yeah, because I'm like thinking, because these cards are in the reverse, but if they were in the upright and you were still connected to these cards, then that means that that environment is the main source of where all of this mental shit is going on. The longer you stayed connected to this environment, the more your mind was doing this. I got a lot of swords out here on this side. And once you decided to just reject all of it, this for me even feels like now you're waiting for you're waiting for a new cycle to come in. These people have been trying to stop. I'm like, whoever this is, they've been trying to stop you, and everything you've done counteracts the work that they've been doing on you. It's like you're being led by your intuition. I think sometimes even when you make certain decisions, you may not fully be aware of why you're making certain decisions. You just know that this is what feels right and I should just do this. Say it, rejecting anything that does not look like it's part of your Ten of Cups, rejecting anything that feels disloyal, especially if it's these people connected to your past. They know you have something good coming. I'm telling you, people only want to be connected to you for how they can benefit from it. What can I get from it? Yeah, like you're creating something now, and they wanted you to make mistakes. They wanted you to make mistakes. Okay, now I'm gonna take these last three cards. Ooh. And if they had done any kind of energy work to try to unalive you, I'm looking at all this moon energy. If they had done something to cause you to be unalived, that has been unsuccessful. That plan, that plot, unsuccessful. I think the people are arguing because they feel betrayed. I'm telling you, this person has been lying to everyone. And now the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. I feel like they've been trying to block you. I just see all this energy of all the energy around the upright cards is a lot of blockage and stagnation, slowing things down. A lot of slowing things down. I'm telling you, every single time you get on a really healthy momentum and you start making your way, I'm talking to somebody who has repeatedly had to stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. It's because every time you get the momentum, something oddly jumps in front of you and stops your progress. And I'm telling you, it is being energetically influenced by whoever this is that you walked away from. Their recourse was to do juju, hire a practitioner, pay people, bribe folks to get on board. Like I said, there could have been a strategy here to unalive you, but if you're alive, that energy got to go somewhere. And generally, when that energy goes somewhere, it doesn't necessarily hit the person that sent it, but it might hit somebody close to them. Like I said, I've said this before, and I do not think that it is a mere coincidence that some people that I have walked away from in my family have experienced death of loved ones, parents and whatnot, and partners and such, endings of relationships. None of that shit is coincidental as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was highly suspicious and quite interesting when I got wind of all, over the course of time, when I started getting wind of all these people that were, passing away, and looking at who they were connected to and who those people were connected to. I was like, not at all surprised. Not at all surprised. Alright, let's do the dice. I'll come back and do one more reading. I got a little time. Alright, that's Pisces. Oh, let's do the Pisces. Pisces twice. Pisces and Scorpio. Then I have the Sun, Pluto, Mars. I have the 7th house of partnerships and relationships out here twice, and the 12th house, spirituality, endings, self-undoing, escapism, sacrifice. All right, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation of your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, and super thanks. I appreciate y'all. I will be back. I will see you on the next video. Take care.